Yo, it's Mac from the Everyday Nobody's podcast. I know you see a title, so let's get straight to it. Joe Budden is still taking shots at Myron from Fresh and Fit. On episode 804, Joe will be laughing and making fun of Myron for doing a speaking engagement with only 30 people in there.
Myron, your audience is trash. I saw a picture of Myron's audience. I don't normally talk about Myron, but my man Myron went and did a little speakeasy, a speaking event, had some of his fans.
In the town hall shit?
That looked like exactly what I expected Myron's fans to look like is exactly what they look like. Boy, did I get a good laugh out of that. Myron, you are a bum. Oh, my Lord, you a bum. With one black dude, all them niggas get beat up. I don't think you or your whole fan base could fight.
He said the whole audience looked like a bunch of losers who can't fight. It might seem random, but they've been trading shots for a few years now. But how did we get here? Before I can talk about what happened in the past, let's break down who Myron is. Myron is an ex-federal agent who started the Fresh and Fit podcast during the Red Pill boom. Basically, he'd have a bunch of young women on a panel, and he'd degrade them using Kevin Samuels' talking points. A magnifying glass would be put on him once he was seen having this argument with Asian Doll because she wouldn't stop having side conversations while other people were speaking. She ended up calling them rude, and then they had their back and forth.
Guys, sidebar conversations, please.
All right.
I've told you, this is like, this is like the fifth time I've told you that, right?
Yeah, sixth time.
Like, stop. For real, like, stop.
He mean as
Real, man.
No,
Like,
but
you
he's cool.
haven't been here, so
It's
you
just
haven't seen
cool.
it.
about none of that shit.
Yeah, it's the whole show. Come on.
Yeah, she's been doing it the whole show. I'm not mean as f. I just have rules. Simple.
All right, go ahead. It's podcast.
Damn.
What I look for in a man in
mean
club, porching me.
Hold on. Excuse me?
You mean?
I'm not mean at all.
Okay, I don't care.
Have you been here the whole time?
No.
All right, then. So you don't know what was
I
happening,
don't
right?
give a
Okay, then. So how you going to come on somebody's show, not know what go down, and say, oh, you're mean?
It don't matter. I can say what I want.
Okay, well, you can get the fuck off the show, too.
And from that moment, Fresh and Fit would get the eyes of a lot of these big gossip sites like your Shade Rooms and all that stuff. And they was going in on them. A lot of people who never knew who they were instantly figure out who they were, and they just hated them, especially black people. And then the internet would start doing what the internet does. They would dig up a bunch of old clips from him saying a bunch of racist stuff, and they tried to cancel him.
About the black dating app called Black. Oh, it's funny. I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
Sometimes if they're red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, so last one, guys. Final
round.
Now we're not going to mention names for certain reasons, right?
Yes, yes.
For a bunch of legal implications. But if you guys are in our community, we talk about this.
About the black dating app called Black.
You got a lot of love today.
Yeah, baby.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, just keeping it real. I don't really date black girls. it's not because no.
Now let's have the honest conversation. That thing that happened with Asian Doll, it wasn't racist, but it was ignorant. It wasn't called for, and it could have been handled better, especially with him being so much older than everybody, and especially with him talking about people need to manage their emotions, and he can't manage his. But although that wasn't racist, Myron is very racist, and he's clueless too. He talks very bad about black people all the time. He was even seen in racist chat rooms talking bad about black people, and he still got humbled because it was like, you an immigrant. We don't like you either. So this is the same guy who, for some reason, hates black people, but he hates himself too. Dude is Sudanese. I don't know what's wrong with him. Saying all this to say, I'm not defending him because the dude is a racist cornball, but that with Asian Doll wasn't necessarily racist. That was just ignorant. Asian Doll was having side conversations while other people were trying to speak, and Myron ended up getting frustrated, and he snapped on the girl that Asian Doll was talking to. Asian Doll defended her, and she was like, you rude, and that's when all hell basically broke loose. What Asian Doll didn't realize is the girl who Myron snapped on had interrupted like 7 or 8 times already, so he was frustrated because, like I said, it's a bunch of hot mics, so if you're having side conversations, it still gets picked up. It's live. You can't just edit it. So not saying what he did was all right, but I do understand where he's coming from. Now, she was 2 hours late, so she didn't even know that this had already been a thing. So she just thinks like he's talking crazy to this woman for no reason. So she stood up for the girl like, you rude, and rightfully so, because he was rude. because it's not like he's above screaming at women. His whole shtick is to kick women off the show because that runs his ratings up. So let's not act like this isn't his thing. This is absolutely his thing. I'm saying all this to say, even though that Asian doll situation wasn't necessarily racist, he has a history of being very racist, hanging out with very racist people and saying very racist things online. So yeah, none of that is to be excused. And that's where Joe Budden comes in, because he's like, two losers like this who clearly don't get women should never talk about black women like this. Not only should they not talk about black women, it's a tacky gimmick that they're using, because it's like you need the outrage of black women for people to even view you so you can go viral. And then at the same time, you need black women on your show so you can curse them out and kick them out. So it's like, you say you don't like black people. Why don't you just stand on that side? Stop using black women for views. Then Joe will also speak about it on episode 500. Joe and Ish, they'll have their little back and forth about it, and that would pretty much be it. They wouldn't talk about them for a while because Joe never wanted to speak on them in the first place because they're losers.
Like, it's too many podcasters that just go grab a mic and they just get to talking with their buddies, don't have enough experience to support the views that they sitting here saying. Can't tell you why they feel like some regurgitating some don't know who they hurting, don't know who they offended, just vomit in the mouth.
Fam, it's literally just let me say whatever I could say or do whatever I could do.
And that's not podcasting.
And that's not podcasting.
But that, and nobody.
And I'm new to it, and I can tell you that's not podcasting.
Nobody would say it. Listen, if you didn't want to stand up for black women, nobody wanted to jump in and say, yo, dog, whatever you think you're doing, this ain't it. Like, that's not potting.
It's not it.
It's lazy. It's offensive. You just rambling. And who the are you?
And then Fresh and Fit, they got even worse because they just started disrespecting everybody. Like, they got flagrant with it. And the inevitable happened. They ended up getting demonetized. The funny thing is they get demonetized and had the nerve to be crying. They were so baffled. Why would the YouTube partnership program not rock with us? We're only being racist.
I love doing this. I'd be lying to you guys if I didn't say I didn't love doing this. I left a job that I truly loved to do this, right? Because I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great. But saving you guys is better.
So after like a smooth year and a half of not speaking on them, Joe would pop up to kick their backs in and dance on their graves.
Fresh and Fit boys.
Whoa.
Lost monetization. I see that was a big story.
Do you know why? Because it's not saying anywhere why. What happened? Like,
I don't have the why. I was trying to find it.
I know he was about to play. I knew it. Man.
You knew it.
You knew it. I know it was coming. I don't give a why.
Yeah.
I don't care why. You're done. Your reign on the not so top was short like leprechauns. Ain't no time to turn your little cameras on and start crying. We don't give a now.
Once Myron heard this, he would start to flash out, and he actually started to take shots at Joe also. Myron would start to detail everything Joe Budden's ever done, from domestic abuse to animal abuse.
Let me tell you this. Number one, I'm not doing anything weird with my dog. Number two, we surpassed him on YouTube. Number three, he's a failed rapper. No one listens to fucking mood music. Number four, he's emotional. Number five, he beats on women. Number six, people that work with him don't respect him. He went ahead and turned his back on people that helped him build up his podcast, right? And at the end of the day, bro, Joe, you can say whatever you want to say, bro. Here's the thing. I probably have a similar or close to net worth as him, and I've been in the game for only 3 years.
Then Myron spun the block again to call Joe a perv, because we all remember what happened when Joe was sleepwalking naked, ended up going to his neighbor's door and all that stuff. Yeah, Myron took that and he was like, yeah, I'm kicking your back in even harder because I never forgot what you said about me.
Why are you walking around your apartment complex butt-ass naked? Wrong with you, man? And then he goes, Joe Budden has spoken on his podcast about his issue with sleepwalking. Yeah, okay. Sorry, bro. I was sleepwalking. What is this, like a Cartoon Network episode from 1991? You over here doing this shit? Like, oh, sorry, man, I was sleepwalking. I'm doing this shit. Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm sleepwalking. I can't see nothing. The think we're a bunch of idiots? Think we're the Animaniacs or some shit? Out of here. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Oh, I was sleepwalking. The out of here, man. Sleepwalking.
is a perv.
Myron was on Rumble. He was calling them F slurs and all kind of crazy stuff. He said he wanted to see what them hands is like, and anybody who got something to say about him, he wanted to know what them hands is like. And Joe was like, I don't even want to address you, but we don't got to set up no boxing match. When you see me, just get active. We ain't got to talk about it. We ain't got to sign no contracts. If you're really that mad, when you see me, activate. At this point, they should just run a fade because Myron has made it very clear that he can beat up Joe Budden. And Joe Budden, he said he can beat Myron up and all 30 of his fans. So I think they should just knuckle up. But what do I know? I'm just everyday nobody. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out.